So this is a Gateneer rolling gate motor, right? So automatic opener and closer for a rolly gate. And we've had a few problems where something trips it up where it doesn't want to stop. So like, let's say, you know, there's a package jammed on the track here. And so the motor keeps trying to pull, but the gate won't move. And what that happens is it pulls on this thing. And then this just bends this way, you know, because it's kind of not squared off there, you know, it can roll. It's pretty tight, like it won't move, you know, with just regular force, but with a lot of force, such as from that thing, it pulls and yanks it this way, ultimately bending this because the whole rod starts going this way, but the chain is still pulling it this way. So then we end up with basically something like that happening. So it snapped a couple times. Keep fixing it. The first time was from a package. The second time, something else blocking the gate. And now the third time, because this little thing did not do its job. So this little thing is a magnet, and it is the sensor that tells the gate to stop. So if it's not in the right position, it was a little loose earlier. Managed to tighten it up, and yeah, I know everything's rusty here. If this gets off track, if it gets too far this way, or in one case it just came loose, actually, like didn't pay attention to it, didn't think to tighten it periodically, and just with the general vibrations of opening and closing the thing over time, the nut rolled off, you know, spun off, and then the thing fell out. So then the next time I went to open the gate, it's coming this way. You see there's another one on this side too. And so when one of these black things, these magnets, passes a certain spot, you can see that little gray thing right there is kind of the indicator of a sensor behind it. When it passes that, it signals to the motor to turn off, to kill the power. So if one of those doesn't pass it, it just keeps going and going and going and going. And it keeps pulling on the chain, and then it yanks it until it bends and breaks, which is what we have there. So I will show you it opening and closing normally, and then I'll show you what we can do if we disengage the gear and kind of how it works manually. So I'm just gonna open it, pressing. And see, just as it passed that sensor, it stopped, right? So the same thing happens in the other direction. Now what I'll do, oh, and just so you know, if this happens to you and you're trying to stop the power, in order to kill the power, you just hit the pause button on the remote. Didn't know that when we got this. Wish I had known that. Wish I'd figured that out a lot sooner. So yeah, if you want to kill the power on a Gateneer automatic gate opener and closer, you just hit the pause button on the remote. There is no kill switch on the thing, and the only other way to kill power is to go to your breaker box and flip the breaker switch. Okay? All right, so to open it, you get the key. And now what this does, when you unlock this and open it 90 degrees all the way, it's kind of tough to do that last little part, that disengages the motor inside this thing from the gear system here. So now you can actually roll the gate manually, and if the motor is rolling, it will not turn the gears, but only while that is open. So what we'll do now is we'll say we're gonna try to close this, so to speak. So it's running, it's humming. Hopefully you can still hear me. And I'm gonna manually bring the thing that closes it right there. And so you can see that that's the thing that makes it stop. This is a great way to test it. Like let's say your chain broke, right? Before you fix your chain, if it's anything to do with your magnets, even if you don't think it is, test your magnets first. So I would recommend unlocking that thing, and then using the remote and just sliding the gate, even if the chain isn't on the gears, that's fine. Just slide the gate and test both positions. Test it when this one slides by its position, it kills the motor, and then test the other one, that when the other one slides by, it kills the motor. And make sure that, like, you know, when that happens, when it stops, you've got room to spare at the edge, right? Like it didn't jam into the side of your house or run off the track. Yeah. And make sure that, you know, it ends where it's supposed to end there. Right? So that everything's in alignment. And just test it. Test both sides, and if it stops when it's supposed to stop and nothing is jamming up or going farther than it should, then go ahead and reconnect your chain. And I'm not going to show you that in this video, but that's just like, you know, get a new one of these, which is called a tie rod, and you have to pop off the little, let's see, there's a little chain safety thing here. You can find another video on that, but easier to do it with needle nose pliers or like a screwdriver or something. But you pop off this little chain safety thing, and then this, you know, one of these two things pops out, and then you just remove this piece, slide in a brand new one, reassemble the chain here, and then put the nuts and bolts back on the way it was, and thread everything back in through here. And on this particular model, it goes over the outside gears and under the middle gear. You know, the chain goes over the two outer gears and under the middle one. So that's it. All right, hope that demystified some things for you. The instruction manual was, you know, somewhat helpful and clarified some things. The internet was somewhat helpful, but then I just kind of figured out, okay, great. You know, gotta keep things from not getting misaligned. So hopefully that helps. And if you like that, leave a comment below and let me know that you want to see more videos that will, you know, teach you how to fix things at your house or troubleshoot, you know, pain in the butt problems. So, all right, y'all have a great day.